I really want some Chipotle right now. Or some donuts. Oh my gosh. So, I don't know if you guys knew, but I am engaged to carbohydrates. Hi. Hello. Welcome or welcome back to my witch obsession. And in today's Pick a Pokemon card reading, we will be getting some forecasts and predictions for March/Pisces season. I really wanted to include the Pisces season part. It was like hugely inspired by Eddie ASMR because she's always like doing like that's how she does it. And I was like, wow, I really like the idea of incorporating that because then you can like touch in a little bit of astrology. Anyways, so yeah, we will be looking at all things related to March, Pisces season, and if your birthday is in Pisces season or you are born in March, happy birthday. Anyways, yes, we have 4 groups here today. We have group 1 with Kabutops, group 2 with Meowth, group 3 with Huntail, and group 4 with Yamask. As per usual, if you have already chosen your pile, timestamps will be in the description box below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading from me, I do offer those in my Etsy shop, so go check that out. It will be linked down below. Other than that, see you at your reading. But if you like to sit and listen to me ramble for a little bit, then hi. Oh, guys. I must say, I'm feeling a lot better, I have to say. I feel like last week was very all over the place. And low key, I feel like this week is about to be real anticlimactic for me because I just feel like all that Aquarian energy and like these conjunctions to Pluto and whatnot, and like, what was I gonna say? And this whole, so today is the 19th, and today Chiron and the North Node are supposed to like conjunct and like meet up at like exact. And literally, I'm so excited for this to be over because this is easily like the heaviest energy ever. Like, I do not. Aries, Chiron in Aries has been demolishing my 5th house. So the inner child's been out here hurting and healing. And I don't feel like doing any of that, okay? I didn't ask to deal with that in the first place. I didn't ask to be subjected to this. But we here, I guess. But in all seriousness, I do feel like this past weekend was very healing, and I feel like it's just been like kind of like a refresh moment, if you will, or kind of like a detox, because I just feel like I've been in the midst of kind of working on my relationship with guilt. Because if you keep up with these rambles or my ramble channel, then you know like I really struggle with feeling guilty, and I really struggle with constantly feeling bad about things or constantly, you know, feeling like I shouldn't be doing something. And this past week, I'm not gonna even lie to y'all. Like, because I know I'm gonna start working soon and making monies or like more monies, I'm like, girl, I don't even care. Like, I'm going out, you know. And it's not even like I'm being reckless, you know. Like, I'll literally spend like $10, $20 on food, you know. And like with these grocery prices, I don't think it ain't even matter at this point. I feel like no matter how you eat, no matter how you feed yourself, it's gonna cost you a fortune. So you may as well enjoy the food. You may as well have fun with it, okay? That's my mentality. Literally, you get like 3 things from the grocery store. It's like $14 billion, and it's like, child, like, it don't even matter no more. It's not even about that. But you know, my point in bringing that up is for a really long time I'd feel bad. Like, there were times where I would like not eat, or like, you know, like I'd be hungry and like I would just like scavenge in the house, you know. And I know that's not good. Okay, I know that's not good, you guys. I'm okay. I'm alive. I'm young, healthy. I'm a healthy young man. I promise I can get away with things like that, at least for now. But you know, I was like, you know what? Just go out. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. You're gonna start making your own money. You don't have to rely on anybody else or feel like you have to spend your money a specific way because it's gonna be your money, you know? And it's just been kind of this thing where it's like, I don't even spend money sometimes. Like, I'll literally just go out and stuff like that, and I'll just drive around or like look at stores, you know, window shop and things like that. And it just, I feel like I'm kind of like getting back into the swing of making decisions for myself, because I feel like this past year I was just really out of it, and I'm not even mad about it, honestly, because it seems like getting away from working for a little bit really allowed me to like develop a more mature perspective on working and, you know, how I feel, and like healing some things, because 2023 was so all over. The first half of 2023, y'all, was so all over the place, and I'm not really mad at myself for taking the time to kind of heal and like process that. Excuse me. And yeah, I don't really know how to put it into words. I just feel like everything has happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I think that this was all like perfect timing. And above all else, I'm just like really grateful for like a job opportunity, and I'm really grateful to get back out there and to start making money again, and to make some of my dreams like, or like, yeah, dreams like a reality. Like I want to move, and I want to like, you know, just feel more stable and stuff, not have to rely on my parents specifically. And I'm also just like really excited because I'm sure you guys saw, but if you didn't, I'm doing this thing on my Etsy shop where I'm going to like people like you like buy like a monthly reading. So like right now it's February, at least at the time that I'm filming this, and then like say you want like a reading for March, like a personalized one. Then after you do it, like I will write it down and then send it to you. Cause like I was reading, like I was watching some videos and some content creators like do like mail outs, and like dude, that is so cute. That's like a when I was little, I loved anything like those highlight magazines. Oh my gosh, or you know like newspapers and stuff like that. I really wish that we were still like that was still implemented. You know, I feel like that idea and concept of newspapers, mail outs, you know, like magazine subscriptions, you know, is nothing like like checking the mail and like looking through all the coupons and like the subscriptions and stuff like that. There's just something about it that feels very cute, very homey and cozy, and like even like domestic, if you will. And I'm just like really excited, and you know like I hope that some people will like check it out and like enjoy it, because I feel like I would really enjoy doing that for you guys, especially because like, you know, like I'm only starting out, so it'd literally just be like a letter like in an envelope. But like with time and as I start making money again, like I want to invest in like wax, you know, like those things where they put like wax and then they put a little thing on it and it like prints the wax and it seals the envelope. Super excited. I have so many ideas that I want to implement. And with time, I think I really want to put the envelope or like the mail outs in like kind of like a Patreon thing. I haven't been able to like start Patreon because like I just feel like it's one of those things where I really want it to be fully polished before I like execute it. So I'm just kind of like, I just don't feel like the time's right. I'm just giving it some time. But yeah, aside from that, I just feel a lot more optimistic because I feel like, first of all, like getting away from social media has really helped me, and it's really kind of allowed me to be less overstimulated, because I feel like when I have too much social media presence, like I feel watched, you know, I feel like I have no privacy. And you guys, not having privacy is so bad for you. Oh my gosh. Especially me, because like I grew up like always in privacy because my parents are like never home, and my, you know, like it's so like can't. And I don't know, like I just been kind of taking it as like, even when I feel guilty about something or when I feel bad or something, I'm just kind of like you did what you did, you know, like, and you did it because you wanted it, because it's an enjoyable thing or it's something that's fun, you know. It's not like you're hurting anybody. It's not like you're hurting you. Like, how are you gonna do something that you're supposed to enjoy but then you like feel bad about doing it, you know? Like, just, you know, like this morning I laid in bed for like an extra 2 hours and I was like, how are you gonna feel bad about that? Like, you were not feeling bad about it when you was doing it. You were enjoying it while you were doing it. So you get over it. You may as well just have fun, okay? And also, after I film this, I'm definitely about to get Chipotle. I'm sorry, that just sounds so delicious. I'm like, I want some Chipotle. And I'll like do that as like a reward, you know, like, wow, like good job, like you're out here, like go get Chipotle, you finished filming. Anyways, yeah, I think that's all I have usually the Tuesday videos or like whatnot, the rambles are a little bit more brief just because I already posted on my Ramble channel on Sunday. So if you want to hear more about it, go check out the Ramble channel. You know, it's like, you don't have to if you don't want to, you know, it's not like that, but it's just kind of like, it's there if you want more. Anyways, I will see you at your reading. Thank you for listening. I love you. Hello, Pile 1. If you chose Kabutops, this is going to be a reading for your March Pisces season predictions and forecasts. So today we're going to get straight into the tarot, and then I have 4 oracle decks I want to dive into. So yeah, let's just get started. I don't know which generation Kabutops was introduced to. I think it was Gen 2. I know it's a rock and water type, and it's the evolved form of Kabuto, or something like that. And it is a fossil. I don't know which gen it was because Kabutops wasn't really like, it wasn't a Pokemon that but I remember like this card, I got it. Like I had 2 of it and I gave it to one of my friends from elementary school, and I wonder if he still has it. Even though I literally don't talk to him anymore. Some cards. What's going on for Pile 1 in March in Pisces season? What's going on in March in Pisces season for Pile 1? Okay. For you, we have 7 of Wands, 4 of Wands, Page of Swords, 4 of Coins, Queen of Coins, Queen of Swords, and on the bottom of the deck we have King of Coins. Something about a job is definitely coming through, or something about like saving money and kind of managing your resources more carefully in the name of like an investment or in the name of something that's very important to you. It makes me think of, you know, starting a savings fund for like, you know, like a new car, or saving up for something that you really want to buy, you know, like it doesn't even have to be something that you necessarily need. But I wanted to mention first that with the 7 of Wands, the imagery of this person kind of like walking towards this crowd of people, and then immediately we pull the 4 of Wands after that, it makes me feel like you're making it to something, or you're kind of catching up on something, or you're catching up with somebody, you know. I feel like it kind of manifests a bunch of different ways, but it makes me think of like you're literally trying to get to a party and you are running late, but you make it anyways, and it's like you make it in time for the ceremony, for, you know, like the birthday candles and whatnot. So maybe for some of you, you are literally going to like an event, or like a wedding, a party, a birthday party, a gathering, a ball, you know, just something like that. Or it could be something small. It doesn't have to be something as grand as that. It could be as small as like, you know, like brunch with friends, or going out with friends on like out in the night or something, you know, just something that I feel like there's a celebratory factor involved. You know, there's something that you've been wanting to do, there's something that you have been anticipating, or there's just a way of living that you've been wanting, and I feel like that will be achieved in March and Pisces season. I'm probably going to interchange between those two, like I'm probably going to say March or Pisces season. But with the 4 of coins, I almost wonder if this is something that you are saving up for, or if this is something that like you are like financially anticipating, you know, like if you are going to a birthday party, it's like saving up to buy the gift. And aside from that, I feel like this could also be work related, because I feel like with the Queen of Coins, Queen of Swords, and the King of Coins on the bottom of the deck, wow, I didn't even realize we have both the King and Queen of Coins here. So I feel like some of you could be having a very important conversation with somebody with this Page of Swords, or I feel like communication will definitely be kind of put on the spotlight in this month. And the reason being is because of the Queen of Swords and Page of Swords. The Page of Swords to me is like a kind of like a hesitant energy, or like you have something to say but like you don't really want to directly say it, so like you kind of gossip about it, or you kind of like, you know what I'm saying, it's like a closed doors kind of communication. So with that being said, I just feel like in March, there's this vibe of like there's something that you want to say to somebody, or there's something that somebody wants to say to you, and it could involve like a job or a career matter. It could involve like a wedding, or like, you know, like something that's Four of Wands related. Maybe someone's inviting you to something. And whatever it is, I think that it's something that you are very much anticipating, or something that you are already kind of seeing on the horizon with the Four of Coins and Seven of Wands. Because I see these cards as like you're kind of like protecting yourself right now, or you're kind of defending yourself, or you're kind of keeping yourself intact, and you're kind of like, I'm not gonna do anything unless I am spoken to first. You know, like you are not gonna be. I feel like a lot of things in this month other people are going to initiate with you, and I definitely pick that up because we have the Queen of Swords and Coins and the King of Coins on the bottom of the deck. So any of these cards could be somebody else in your life. And I noticed that we also have like a lot of Earth here. So we have, you know, like 3 Earth cards. And so like that puts an emphasis on very earthy themes with, you know, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. You don't literally have to have any of those placements, but I do think that like if you do, like maybe you have like an earth sign in one of the corresponding planets. So like Mercury, Venus, and Saturn, maybe you have like an earth sign in one of those planets, or like maybe they aspect each other, or maybe, you know, like just something like that. And like I said, you don't have to have any of those placements, but it's just that energy of kind of like taking your life at a more earthy pace and communicating with a more earthy tone. I feel like a lot of you guys, I want to say like communication is going to be highlighted this month, but not like in a pizzazz kind of like, you know, like grandeur matter, but more so it's going to be like business. I feel like you're going to be very straight to the point this month, or it's going to be like highlighted for you to be very straight to the point this month, or other people are going to be very straightforward with you, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, especially when it's related to like very important things, or things that you, like I said, have been kind of like anticipating. And I'm seeing like March and Pisces season as like a month that brings you a lot of structure and a lot of discipline to areas of your life that maybe you've been kind of struggling to bring said discipline and structure to with the Seven of Wands. Maybe for some of you guys it's been kind of like an uphill battle. I could see this as like you started a new job, or you're wanting to start a new job, and like you've done that, but it's very difficult to kind of maintain your social life at the same time, or maybe your relationships really suffered because you've been like so engrossed at work, or maybe you felt like very out of place at work. Maybe you're wanting to find a new job, maybe you picked up another job. Girl, in this economy, I don't blame you. And you know, it's just things like that. There's something that about your routine, your schedule, that has been kind of highlighted, that because you've picked up extra responsibilities there, or you've been trying to bring or stabilize those areas of your life. And I feel like March and Pisces season will be kind of like the culmination point, or like a huge checkpoint in this process, and it will definitely be something that's worth celebrating, or something that makes you feel very happy, you know. It makes me think of like, you know, if you just started a job, you get that first paycheck, and it's like, girl, like that first paycheck looking handsome, like I'm about to marry it, you know what I'm saying? And I know I keep talking about like, you know, money, work, and stuff like that, but that's just because like that's how I feel like all these earthy themes, because we have no cups here. So I feel like I do want to say that the absence of cups makes me feel like something about your emotions is being highlighted, or something about your emotions has already been sorted out. Maybe you've done a lot of healing up until this point, and I want to say like just like your current energy in general, like I just think that like you are fighting an uphill battle. Like that is so Seven of Wands, and you're wanting to say things, and you're wanting to protect yourself, and to kind of like, you know, like reserve your energy. I could see this as like you've healed a lot, and you've done a lot of work on yourself, and you've made it a point to really manage your emotions. And now that you've kind of gotten your head above water, you're really not looking to deal with things, people, and like situations and relationships that kind of like take that emotional stability away from you, and kind of like press your head back down under the depths, you know? So I just feel like this month is going to be like all about self-protection, and kind of like being wary of the opportunities and the invitations that are being handed to you. Let's get into some oracle decks here. Card for pile 1. Oh. Card for pile 1. Card for Interesting. We got Virgo. And I was thinking about sixth house energy. I get a lot of sixth house energy because that's the sign. That's the house Virgo corresponds to. So we have the perfectionist, analytical, planning, perfection, hard work, helpful, detail oriented, reliable, confident, skeptical, overly critical, ruler of sixth house. I feel like it's very, very, very important to acknowledge how you interact with yourself. Pay attention to your surroundings, like your physical surroundings, like your bedroom, your bathroom. If you like have a house or like an apartment or something, like pay attention. You know, if you have a car, like pay attention to these things in your life. Not because there's anything wrong with them. You know, there's not. I don't feel like anything's going on with them, but it's more so like understand that, like, I feel like if with this Virgo energy here, I feel like some of your emotions and some of the way that you feel about things, or like just how you're doing in general, could be reflected in your physical surroundings and your possessions and your routines, your health and your physical appearance. Take care to manage these areas of your life. Take care to maintain your health and take care to continue to practice discipline, because I feel like if you maintain things around you, it will be kind of like you feel better, and when you feel bad, it could be your environment, and so cleaning it will naturally help you feel better. You know what I'm saying? It's like those things are like going to be like intertwined this month, whether or not you have Virgo in your chart. But I will say that this puts an emphasis on Mercury, and maybe you have like a very earthy Mercury. Anyways, I just feel like scheduling and planning will also be a highlight this month. Maybe you'll be like really planning things, or maybe you would be communicating a lot this month. Like I said, I just feel like all these themes I've already mentioned, this card just kind of confirms it. And I also want to say, like, understand when to be easy on yourself, because Virgo energy, like, if y'all know, like, Virgos are so hard on themselves, and it just like, there are times, because I feel like people don't really understand, you know, Virgos aren't hard on themselves to be hard on themselves. They're hard on themselves because they want things to be the best that it can possibly be, because that will make them feel better and that will make them happy. You know, like, that's what they want, and they want to see things to work as efficiently and as effectively as possible. And it's in this way of like, they nitpick things, but they don't do it because they see any, like, they generally do it because they see what could be better. They don't see it as this is flawed, you know, like, they see it as, oh my gosh, imagine if this was like this, you know. It's like, it really depends on how you take it, you know. Like, if someone gives a Virgo like a plate of food, and then they're like, ooh, this could really use some oregano, you could take it as like, wow, like, they think the food is bad, you know. But really, the Virgo is just like, this food is so good, but I feel like this could like make it top notch, you know. They really genuinely have good intent. And the reason I kind of went off tangent about that is because if you're being hard on yourself, pile one, or if you're being self-critical, just know that, like, you're doing that because you want the absolute best for yourself, and you want the absolute best for the people and your surroundings and your environment. So take it as like, wow, like, I really believe that I deserve the absolute best, and that's why I'm trying to aim for that, you know. So take it as a positive thing, and go easy on yourself, and do whatever it is that is necessary in order to improve things around you. But don't be afraid to accept things as they are, because I've heard this before and it's like life changing. But perfect planning isn't always as good as imperfect action. Anyways, let me pull another oracle card. Card for pile one. Card for pile. Oh. Card for pile. I also want to say, oh, I'll take that one because it landed on the thing. So Pisces is Virgo's sister sign, or like, you know, exact opposite, which means that Pisces hits Virgo. If you're like a Virgo rising, it hits your 7th house. And I feel like because of that, like, there seems to be this sense of bringing structure to your relationships. And I also like that because the 7 of Wands is the first card we pull, so 7. So I just want to say, like, it makes me feel like there is something about your relationships that's being highlighted. Perhaps how you communicate in them, how much you give to your relationships, how much you invest in them, you know, like how you set boundaries in your relationship, which is such an earth sign thing. And I feel like some of you guys are really going to be setting a wall down, or you're going to be kind of like you know, like stop. Like you know, like you guys are setting a foot down this month in regards to a specific person maybe. And with the King of Coins and King and Queen of Coins and the Queen of Swords, maybe it could be like somebody who is also very earthy and very critical. I almost wonder for some of you, like this could be somebody that like you're related to. Anyways, I just feel like relationships are definitely being highlighted this month, and how you kind of identify with them and how you interact with them, because Saturn's in Pisces. So that means whenever all these planets go into Pisces this month, they're all going to meet up with Saturn. So I feel like there's going to be a moment where there is structure brought into your relationships, and kind of, you know, like you know, like I said, like I'm going off of like if you're a Virgo rising, but you absolutely don't have to be. It's just that energy, you know what I'm saying, of bringing structure and discipline and facing possible limitations in your relationships and having to overcome them, and be more honest with yourself and understand where you have been self-critical of yourself in areas where other people should be taking accountability. Anyways, the card that fell out was the Melancholy Hill card. We have honor your feelings, emotional release, deep emotion, and sadness. I really like this card because I immediately thought of this song called Up on Melancholy Hill. I think it's by like the Gorillas or something. And I'm taking this as like a positive card because I feel like this is a reference to a past energy or your current energy. I don't really get the vibe that Pisces season is going to be a particularly depressing month for you, just because like all these cards make me feel like you're working through something, and I feel like that will bring you a lot of joy and a lot of happiness to finally see some progress and to see some things kind of reach a culmination point. I'm taking the Melancholy Hill card as like releasing something and kind of like addressing something that has happened to you in the past. And I picked up on this a little bit earlier, you know, because I was like, oh, like I feel like you guys have reached a healing point, or you guys are kind of like letting go of something. And I feel like because you guys have kind of like repaired yourselves and kind of like, you know, like fixed yourselves up and kind of pulled yourself out of something, you're kind of like aiming to not allow it to happen again. You know, you're kind of aiming to not deal with that again. And I feel like with Melancholy Hill, just understand, pile one, if something comes up in Pisces season or whatnot, know that it's coming up because it's being revealed and it's being shown to you so that you can remove it, you know? It makes me think of like you're working on like a fuse box. Like if you're working on something in the dark, it's like a light is being shone, not because to show you what you've done wrong or what's going on, but how you can fix it and how you can identify the problem in front of you and how you can complete this project, you know? The light is being shone for more perspective, and whatever it is that you do with this perspective is completely up to you. And I feel like it's why it's important for you to have a very good attitude about the way that you have been kind of like criticizing yourself, because essentially it's this vibe of like you're doing the best that you can for yourself and you want the best for yourself and the things around you. Don't let anyone and anything tell you otherwise, and embrace that and use that to your advantage. You know, you want the best for yourself, and if you can achieve it, that's absolutely fine. You know, like the absolute best for yourself can always be achieved. I feel like the best for yourself can always be achieved because you're doing your best. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, with that being said, know that Pisces season is going to be a huge, or like, you know, like March is going to be a very good month for that, you know, of like doing the absolute best that you can, especially because it's spring. So it's about setting intentions, and it's about, you know, trudging forward and moving along, especially because in March we're going to be starting eclipse season. So it's like there's going to be a lot of fated encounters, and there's going to be a lot of things that kind of just happen outside of your control, and it's about your reaction. And so like obviously your self-talk and the way that you treat yourself will be scrutinized this month, you know? Are you being too hard on yourself? Are you being too mean to yourself? Are you being too critical and mean to others, you know? It's just like, this will be scrutinized and this will be revealed and this will be kind of like shown to you. And how you react to it is completely up to you. You can be disgusted, you can be angry, you can be, you know, like offended, or you can take it as like, wow, like this is a huge blind spot for me, you know? Like time for me to let this go, time for me to address this, you know? Through communication and practical ways of addressing your feelings with other people. I'm going to pull you a Moonology card. Card for pile one from March. Card for pile one from March. Oh, that was anticlimactic. we have a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. So maybe some of you guys could literally be a Libra moon or a Virgo moon, or you could also have your Mercury in Libra, or maybe for some of you, you even have like moon and Mercury aspects within your chart. Regardless of the case here, I just feel like I really like this balancing energy here combined with the moon energy, because the moon is our emotions. So like with this Libra and Virgo energy, I feel like you guys are finding a balance between your health, your relationships, and your emotions. And I feel like you guys are finding like a really healthy middle ground and setting a huge foundation for like the rest of the year, honestly, that will really make you feel good about something. It makes me think of like blank canvas. Like I feel it makes me think of like a dry erase board, and it's like filled with all this stuff, and it's like has like say okay, this is so like weird, but like imagine like those dry erase boards that are like calendars. I'm thinking of like like you erase it all and then you like rewrite all the little things on it, like the dates, the month, and the numbers and stuff like that, and it gives you like a clean slate. Like I feel like March is going to be a huge month of decluttering and kind of like smoothing things over and kind of filling in the cracks in areas of your life where maybe you've been kind of anxious about. Like if there is a person that you feel like you've been on bad terms with, I feel like you're going to really patch it up with this person, have fun with them. Maybe if there's a work situation that's been stressing you out, or maybe you're late on something, or maybe something's late on you, I feel like these things will be resolved this month because you will be given the tools and the energy and the power to resolve them. And I feel like it will just bring you so much peace and a lot of excitement, and it will give you time to honor your emotions and let go of things that have been causing you pain. And you haven't probably even realized it because you've gotten so used to working with it, and dealing with it. Anyways, let me pull your angel number. Card for pile. Oh wow, card immediately fell out. We have 555. A major shift is about to come into your life experience and change your path's direction. Be open and stay positive. I am optimistic. Especially with this mercurial energy here, like it's just like understand that like what you think and what you say this month, pile one, will seemingly be coming into fruition. So it's like make sure to speak good, make sure to like preach it, like preach it and receive it. Like that's how it's gonna be. If you say your life sucks, that's exactly how it's gonna be. If you say your life is amazing and fabulous, like that's probably how it's gonna be. And I feel like it's gonna be the manifestation aspect, but it's like you're going to be unconsciously operating from that kind of wavelength. If you are constantly thinking like your life is bad, then you're going to be operating from like you're going to be doing everything as if your life's bad. Like you're going to be doing your skincare like your life sucks. You're going to be like laying down like your life sucks. But it's like if you are like my life is amazing, then you're going to be like, oh, like you're going to be operating from that. And that's like a duh thing. Like I'm sure we all know that, but I just want to say that's being highlighted this month because everything happening is just going to be like it's going to be whatever, but how you react to it is like where the importance of this month and this season. So I think I'm going to sum up your reading, pile one, by saying that I feel like Pisces season / March is going to be a really fun time, and I feel like it's going to be a really nice month where you release a lot of old baggage and you're going to feel so much lighter after this month, you guys. I feel like you're going to feel like there's a lot of things that you've been like kind of stressed about or kind of agitated about that kind of smooth over. So much so to a point where some of y'all are about to be like, girl, why was I even worried about it when it's literally like fine, You're just kind of like, wow, like this, it's not even that big of a deal. I was stressed for nothing, It gets smooth over, it will get worked on. And just know that Pisces season is a month where how you react to your own emotions, how you react to, things happening in your physical reality will be what's important. It won't be about what has happened or what you feel. Well, not saying that your feelings are important, but like how you react to it would be the bulk of what dictates this month is like for you. And I feel like I said, for some of you, you could be invited to something, you'd be going out, and I feel like a lot of you will patch up some things in relationships and have a reason to celebrate something. So yeah, that's all I have for you, pile one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the reading resonated, and if it did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading from me, I do offer those in my Etsy shop, which will be linked down below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Again, I love you. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose me out, this is going to be your forecast and predictions for March / Pisces season. we're going to get straight into the tarot today, and then I have 4 oracle decks I wanted to kind of dip into. A little bit about Meowth. It is a pure normal type in the pre-evolved form of Persian. I'm sure y'all know who Meowth is. If you know anything about Pokemon, you probably know Meowth. But yeah, it was introduced in Gen 1. It is a cat, if you can know right time. Anyways, let's get into this. What is going on in Pisces season / March for pile 1? What is Pisces season in March for pile? Okay, a card flew out, and listen, y'all, I'm excited for y'all because we got the Fool, and then we have Ace of Coins, Ace of Cups. What's going on? What's going on for you, pile 2? We have 3 of Wands. What's going on? Knight of Swords, the Hermit, and Ace of Swords. Virgo energy been busy today. I feel like Virgo energy been busy AF. Anyways, we do have Virgo energy here. And we have 3 aces with the 3 of Wands and the Fool. Girl, so what is you starting in March / Pisces season? Pardon me. Let me learn how to talk. I feel like this month about to be really exciting for y'all. But I also feel like it's going to be very low-key for you guys, because none of these cards are particularly social in my eyes. So I feel like you guys are literally entering a hermit mode, or you are like in the midst of a hermit mode. And I feel like this is because you've been starting something, or you have been working on something. And I feel like in March and Pisces season, you're going to be kind of like working through that, you know, and kind of like finalizing the details, or literally like finalizing the details to begin something. You know what I'm saying? I think something very important is going to be said in Pisces and March, like Pisces season / March. I'm going to be interchanging between those. You're going to hear me say Pisces season, you're going to hear me say March, but it's all the same. Because with the Knight of Swords, I feel like something about technology is important, because the Swords suit obviously rules technology, or like, you know, it's like related to technology. Excuse me, oh my gosh. I just suddenly got super tired. Anyways, so we do have Virgo energy here with the Hermit, and Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which also rules technology. So I feel like maybe some of you guys could be like investing in like a gadget, or you are going to be using technology to kind of implement something in your life, or you will be finalizing the details of something through technology. Maybe for some of you, you're literally flying somewhere. Maybe like some of you guys are traveling. Maybe some of you guys are like moving somewhere, or like moving along from something, or in the midst of beginning something. Maybe some of you are literal small business owners, and you are opening like a physical shop. Or, you know, for others of you, I feel like it could be a lot more abstract, or a lot, you know, like more like seemingly obscure compared to the examples I brought up, but like the same old thing, you know, of like going somewhere, starting something new, and kind of like communicating something or saying something that's very important. And I feel like with all these aces here, like it's literally beginning vibes, you know, like I feel like something new is starting in March for you guys. And I feel like it's an idea that you've been trying to implement. That's because the Ace of Swords is the one on the bottom of the deck. So that just makes me feel like maybe some of you guys are like, you know, starting like a writing project, or you're going to be kind of, you know, saying or like writing something. I know I keep saying writing, but that's because like the pencil. So it makes me say like you're maybe publishing a book, or maybe you are writing a letter to somebody, or you're sending a very important text message, or you are reading a very important document, you know, something like that. And it's something related to something that you are very happy about, and something that is a new beginning for you, and something that promises you progress and adventure. I feel like with the Fool card, like this could be signing some really important papers in order to go on a flight, you know, selling a house, signing a lease, you know, something like that. And I feel like this will be something that you've been doing a lot of homework on with the Hermit card here. Maybe some of you are going to school. Maybe some of you are like studying something or kind of like getting the details for something. Maybe if you're wanting to start something, you are literally, you know, like reading something about it, you know? And I want to say like this, like I want to go back to like your current energy. I've been meaning to start with that, but I keep like anyways. I feel like your current energy right now is maybe you've been isolating yourselves, or maybe you guys have been kind of like sharpening your mind, or kind of like enriching yourselves with something. I get a lot of like exhausted energy from this pile because like you can even tell like I just got really tired out of nowhere. And I just feel like you guys have been working very tirelessly towards something, and this month will be kind of like the exact moment where you kind of like, you know, execute it, or you kind of like make meaningful progress on it. Anyways, I kind of want to pull some oracle cards already. Card for pile 2. Card for pile 2. Card for pile 2. Ooh. So we have the 4th house. It says home, family, roots, foundations, emotions, femininity, mother, domestic, comfort, feeling at home, ancestors, property, family values. You know what I'm getting? This makes me feel like somebody who like lives somewhere they really do not like, or they are visiting somewhere they really do not like, and then they finally come home, or they finally feel welcome somewhere. So like I feel like maybe for some of you guys you are moving, or you guys are in the midst of like getting details for moving. And I want to say maybe some of you guys are Sagittariuses or like Sagittarius risings, because the 4th house, because Pisces, all this Pisces energy we're going through, Pisces hits the 4th house of Sagittarius. It's the 4th sign from Sagittarius. So I know I'm a Sag rising. I'm trying to move. So if you a Sag rising too, where you at? Speak up. But, you know, I feel like there's definitely an emphasis on the home and feeling more comfortable at home, and kind of like finding what feels right at home. You know, especially with the Hermit card. Maybe some of you guys like have had a strange relationship with the home, or like maybe your family and like your mother specifically because of the Cancer energy. Some of you guys could have Cancer in the 4th house, or you could literally just be a Cancer, or maybe some of you have like a Sag or a Cancer moon, or even a Virgo moon, honestly, or like you have Virgo in the 4th house. Virgo in the 4th house would be Gemini rising. I think that you guys are in the midst of starting some really important journeys in March and Pisces season, and it definitely seems like something that you are anticipating, or something that you've been kind of like seeing coming for a very long time now, or like at least a significant amount of time to where you are kind of like aware of it, you know what I'm saying? And it just seems like progress, you know? Like I think that, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like I feel like Pisces and March season is going, like March season, Pisces season is just going to be one of those months where it's like you start something and it's like really exciting, but then as you go about it, it's like, oh, like whatever, you know, like I'm just working on it. You know, it's like when you start a new job, it's like very exciting. You're like, oh my gosh, y'all, like I got a new job, but then like literally like 2 months into it, you're like, oh yeah, I just work here, you know? And I just feel like that's what's going to be going on this month for you guys, where it's like you begin something new and it's very exciting, and you're kind of like, oh yeah, like love this for me, like, but then like maybe like a few weeks in, you're like, okay, like this is just what I'm doing, you know? And I don't know, like this Knight of Swords just gives me this huge vibe that something is being communicated to you guys, or something very important is going to be said. And I want to say this month is very important that you kind of like think before you speak, or you kind of like pay attention to how you are speaking to others, because I feel like maybe for some of you guys, like I don't know, like it just seems like some things that you say could really come off wrong this month, and be wary of that. Not because you should like have to filter yourself around other people, but more so in a way that's like, I feel like saying something could be taken way out of context, and I feel like there will be like, because like you're kind of like reserved and you're kind of keeping to yourself this month and kind of like paying attention to yourself more, it's just gonna be like people will take it wrong, you know, like people will be kind of like side-eyeing you. I won't say like this will stir up drama or anything. None of the cards here make me feel like there's gonna be drama this month, but I just feel like take care to keep your side of the street clean this month, because I feel like this will be very important later on, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of karma coming up this month, especially because eclipse season starts in March. So because of that, there's going to be a lot of fated encounters, and there's going to be a lot of vibes of like, karma and, things happening. So it's like doing good things now and being real with your intentions and being honest about where you're trying to go, what you're doing, and how you feel will really set you off for good. Especially because, like, excuse me, Cancer energy is like very slow moving, but it's like the intentions that you set and the direction that you move in, regardless of your speed, will really matter. It like sets the tone for an extended period of time. Like Cancer season, like when you set your intentions in Cancer season, it's kind of like it sets the tone for the rest of the year. So I feel like that's the kind of vibe that's going on for you guys in Pisces season. What's going on in Pisces season? Oh wow, card just flew out again. Oh, those 2 cards. I only want 1 card. This is not how this works. What's going on in March? Card for pile 2 is March in Pisces season. Card for pile 2. Okay, this one wants to come out. I'll take it. We have the last chapter. Write your own story, closure, resolution, and forgiveness. I really like this card combined with all these aces because it really does seem like you're wrapping something up. And for some of you guys, it could be related to the home or like a family matter. And I feel like for some of you guys, like maybe like this energy is like very all over the place. So like, like take it however it resonates, as per usual. But like, especially in this pile, because I just get this vibe that like, you might get a lot of deja vu this month, or you might get a lot of like weird encounters that kind of like remind you of something. Like this energy is just so kind of like nostalgic and kind of like wholesome, because at the last chapter makes me think of like when you watch a beautiful movie and then you're just watching the end credits, and it kind of just like it soaks in and you kind of like think about it. And I almost wonder if for some of you guys, like you have already moved or you have already begun this new journey that I have been talking about. And, if that's not the case, I feel like it's been something that you've already kind of like begun, if you know what I mean, or like something that you're meaning to start. And I feel like a lot of things will kind of come up this month that will hit you in that area of your life in regards to your roots, your family, and your relatives that will really have you thinking. And I feel like this is where all of your new ideas and your intentions for new beginnings will kind of transpire. Because I feel like it makes me think of like, this is where my mom messed up. I don't want to make her mistakes. This is what I'm going to do, My mom, she really stayed in the same house with the same husband. And like, she was not happy. She did not like her life. I'm not trying to do that. Like, I'm trying to find me somebody who is hot AF, pays the bills, and also takes their shoes off when they walk in the house and doesn't leave empty Capri Suns everywhere. I don't know. But it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this month will be a huge reflection moment of kind of like taking stock of where other people around you, especially relatives or people who are blood related, have made mistakes, and kind of like taking stock of that and being like, okay, like this is where they've messed up and this is literally where I'm not trying to mess up, And it's like, pile 2, I feel like this month is like very like, it's gonna catapult you into a lot of new things, and there's going to be a lot of new beginnings that happen. I know I keep saying that, but like genuinely, like I just get this like reflective kind of like looking back energy. You know what I'm saying? It makes me think of somebody who has literally gone through a hurricane and then they like get out of it, or they finally get out of the storm and they're like you soaked, and they're just like their clothes are tattered and they're like, oh my gosh, like I cannot believe I'm here. I'm so happy to be here, And I feel like, excuse me by the way, I feel like this month it's going to be like a huge month where like it kind of hits you, like it kind of like something hits you, or like you realize something, or like something that you've slowly been realizing kind of like reaches like a climax this month, or kind of like reaches like a culmination point. We have a full moon in Libra this month, and it will be the beginning of eclipse. So I feel like maybe for some of you guys, like this could be like a huge like reflection moment of like a relationship or like a connection, maybe even for some of you like a marriage or something about like documents, And I feel like you guys will like organize a lot of these logistics. You know, maybe some like it could be super minor for some of you. Like maybe some of you guys are just filing taxes for your first job ever. You know, maybe some of you guys are just signing a paper, or maybe some of you guys are just like giving a signature to like something, you know. But it's gonna be like kind of like this moment where you feel like things are different now. It makes me think of like when someone moves out for the first time and they've paid their first month's of rent. You know, it makes them feel grown. It makes them feel excited. It makes them feel like, wow, like y'all, like I just did that, you know. And like obviously a lot of you guys are like older than me, so it's like, you know, like maybe like that won't be the emotion that you'll be experiencing. But you know what I'm saying? It's like there's just like this new beginning, new responsibility, new burden that is very exciting for you, and something that you are ready to take on and ready to handle, simply because you know that it's a good experience and you know that it will bring you progress and it will bring you growth in areas of your life that maybe remain stagnant for a very long time because of your living situation or because of people that you lived with or lived around. And I feel like it'll just be like this super like reflective healing moment for you, because you're like, wow, y'all, like this is really the tea. Sorry if you hear background noise. I don't know what my neighbors are doing. Anyways, let me pull you a Moonology card. Card for pile. A card for pile. One. Card for pile. One. Oh. Ooh, I like this. We have nothing is yet set in stone. Nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. So maybe some of you guys have like a mutable moon. So like a Pisces, Virgo, or Gemini, Sagittarius moon, or you know, like something about mutable energy is very important here. Maybe some of you guys are literally just like a Pisces, or a, if you are Pisces, happy birthday, or Virgo or Sagittarius or Gemini. If that's not the case, it's just that energy of like things not being set in stone. You know, like as the card said, like let me not even, like the card's literally speaking. The card's like, girl, I just said that. I'm like, stop. Like, you know what I was trying to do. But I have to say, pile two, with the Cancer or like this fourth house energy here, and the fourth house representing the past, know that your past doesn't define you. Know that your roots don't define you. And this month is a huge opportunity and a huge moment where you should just know that you're able to break free from these chains, and that the things that you're doing right now, and the fact that you even recognize that you want things to be different and that you want your life to be different than those around you, and that you want to do something, like you want to change things up, just know that the fact that you even want different and that you're willing to reach for it ever so slightly just shows that you are changing and that you are unbecoming something that you are not meant to be, or you are unbecoming something that would not make you happy, you know? And I just feel like this is like a huge like shedding of a skin, you know, the last chapter, where you're closing a book that maybe you were cookie cut into, you know, like a story or a narrative that you were kind of forced into, like via like a box or something, by your family or your friends or people that you used to associate with, or maybe even just the place that you live. And just know that you are letting go of that and you are starting something new. So understand that like if this month like brings you these changes that like could possibly scare you, because like good and bad things can be scary, okay? Like when good changes happen, they can be scary, okay? That's just the tea. Let's just be realistic here, you know? Like, yes, moving to your dream home is exciting, but it's also very scary, you know? Like that's what I mean. And I just want you to know, pile two, like this month is like a huge beginning for you, because know that you are letting go of something, and that yes, it's scary to begin this new journey because you aren't really sure where to go. But if you don't know where to go, just start with not going back. Anyways, I'm going to pull an angel number for you, and then we will wrap this up. The card for pile. Oh, one immediately came out. We have the number 11, 11th house. You have keen awareness of what is happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift and will help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. This insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. I am intuitive. And I feel like this card is just another nudge at the fact that you are paving a path for others to walk. Okay, like y'all some trendsetters. Y'all really out here. Anyways, with the number 11, that makes me think of 11th house, like I said. So maybe some of you guys like could be like in Aquarius, or you could have major Aquarius placements, or maybe you could have one of the signs that I mentioned, like a mutable sign or Cancer in the 11th house. But I think I'm just gonna sum up your reading, pile 2, by saying that March and Pisces season is going to be a month where you are literally given like a blank canvas after having the most chaotic, most destroyed canvas of your entire life. You're like, girl, why is this someone's hand-me-down canvas? Like, why am I like adding on to something that isn't even, you know what I'm saying? That's so silly, but you're being given new opportunities this month, and it will be related to your roots, your environment, and just like your emotional well-being in general, And I feel like you'll get to really know yourself at a very intimate level this month through new beginnings and possible triggers that are allowing you to release things and to kind of like begin anew and write a new story for yourself and begin a new narrative that will be very healing and exciting for you and brings you that excitement of like so many possibilities that's overwhelming. So yeah, that's all I have for you, pile 2. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the reading resonated, and if it did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading from me, I do offer those in my Etsy shop, which will be linked down below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Again, I love you. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose Huntail, this is going to be your reading for your March and Pisces season forecast and predictions. There we go. So if you hear any background noise, it's really windy outside, and my neighbors are like doing neighbor things, I don't know, and like they're just causing very disruptive noises, so pardon that. Anyways, a little bit, we're gonna get straight into the tarot today, and then we are going to get into 4 oracle decks. While I'm shuffling these cards, a little bit about Huntail. Huntail is a pure water type, and it is the evolved form of Clam Pearl, and I believe it was introduced in Gen 3. Oh my god, I'm getting to that age where I forget some Pokemon, or I forget like which generation. Like, it's hard to remember some of them. So I mean, there's like 800 of them now. So like, I feel like I deserve a pass. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right into it. What is going on in March/Pisces season for pile 3? What is going on in March and Pisces season for pile 3? Okay. We have King of Coins, Strength, the Chariot, the Star, lots of major arcana, Knight of Swords, 4 of Swords, and on the bottom of the deck we have Knight of Wands. I sense like some mischievous energy from the Knight of Wands. Like, I feel like you're gonna be a little bit mischievous. I almost said naughty, but I feel like that word can be taken so out of context. But in March and Pisces season for you guys, I feel like you guys are about to just be trudging forward. I really do feel like you guys are just going to be continuing on something that you've been in the midst of. Because of this Chariot energy, it makes me think of whenever you're kind of like, you've started something and you are just like in full swing of it. You know what I mean? It makes me think of like, because when it's like in the middle. So for example, like I've been using jobs as like a huge analogy just because I feel like it's like easy. Thanks, society. But like the beginning of a job is not that exciting. Like you watch videos, orientation and stuff like that. And then like the middle of the job is where you kind of get into the bread and butter of what the job is actually like. And I feel like that's what's going on for you guys in some sort of process in your life. And maybe for some of you guys with the Chariot something about a home or even a car could be involved. I feel like maybe with the King of Coins or Four of Swords, it could be like buying a car or signing something for a car or something related to kind of like a house or something. And if it's not that, it doesn't have to be that big, you know, but I could also just see this as like investing into a vehicle or investing into your home or something. Excuse me. And maybe with this mischievous energy, like some of you guys are like doing a little bit home decor shopping, or y'all been sitting there like, like I really just want to like, you know, like decorate my home and stuff like that. And you're like, but I just opened a new credit card and my last paycheck was pretty big, so let me get a home goods right now. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the vibe that I get for this pile, is that I feel like you guys are about to come into a lot of like inspiration and a lot of good things and some pretty amazing ideas, and you're going to be keeping up with other aspects of your life while kind of like implementing these ideas. It makes me think of like starting like a side hustle or kind of like beginning something else on the side. Because with the Four of Swords, like the way the Four of Swords is depicted in this particular deck, I feel like maybe some of you guys are going to be very busy at work, or you're going to be very busy with something related to, like, you know, just like something related to communications. Maybe some of you guys literally work at a computer. Maybe some of you guys work an office job. Maybe some of you work at home. Maybe some of you are beginning to work at home, or you've been working at home for a while and you're about to like go back. And I feel like with the King of Coins, like this is definitely going to be you guys. Like I feel like you guys are like stepping into like this kind of like go-getter, like masculine, earthly energy that's kind of allowing you to trudge forward and to kind of like make some progress in areas of your life where you kind of feel like needed a little bit of oomph. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like the Star card here too, just I love this energy because it makes me feel like you're going to see kind of like some inspiration, like I said, or you're going to be seeing something that maybe you weren't able to see a while back. You know, it makes me think of like literally seeing the stars after the clouds have cleared out, and like being able to see a bigger picture, being able to see, you know, like clarity and or like having clarity. And I feel like this month is going to be very healing for you in that sense, because I feel like with the Strength card combined, like just the three major arcana here, the Chariot, Strength, the Star, it makes me think of like moving forward and kind of like healing from something and moving on in a direction that was once thought to be impossible, or that was once causing you a lot of pain, you know. I feel like this, maybe some of you guys set out to do something by yourself and it caused you a lot of suffering, or it caused you a lot of fear, you know. But I can tell that you guys really set out to do something. I also want to mention that we have Leo, Cancer, and Aquarius here, which means we also have the Sun, the Moon, and Uranus/Saturn here. And I really like this energy because maybe some of you guys have like one of those signs in your Moon, your Sun, or like your Uranus or Saturn. So maybe you are a Leo Sun with an Aquarius Moon. Maybe you're a Cancer Sun with a Leo Moon. Maybe you're a Cancer Sun with a Aquarius Moon, or Aquarius Sun with a Leo Moon, you know, so on and so forth. Or like you could have one of those signs in one of your Saturn or Uranus placements. And you know, it's not so much like you could have those placements, but I feel like the importance is that energy, you know. I feel like any of these signs in a moon placement calls for somebody who is different, somebody who strives to be unique and strives for recognition and strives to create a better life for not only themselves but the people around them, especially with Cancer and the Aquarius energy. I feel like there's some humanitarian energy here too, so I almost wonder if you guys are going to be dabbling into sort of humanitarian things in this season. So maybe some of you guys will kind of like go to an event, or maybe you guys will hang out with a bunch of people, maybe you're going on a trip, maybe your work involves driving or something like that. Regardless of the case here, I just feel like March is going to be like a very exciting month for you guys, because I feel like your current energy right now with the King of Coins, Knight of Swords, and Four of Swords, you guys are clearly very hard at work with some creative ideas, and you're kind of just like, I don't know, like it really doesn't seem like I feel like you would describe it as not anything particularly interesting. It just makes me think like you're like, you catch up with someone, you're like, hey, how have you been doing? And they're just like, oh, you know, just the same old, just been working, you know, like doing whatnot. But I really like the Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck, because that makes me feel like a little bit of spice is about to be sprinkled into your life. And I feel like a little bit of excitement, a little bit of newness will be brought into your life this coming month, this coming season, you know? It makes me feel like you guys are about to make a lot of forward progress, and maybe a change to your routine, honestly, or a routine at home because of the Chariot card. And maybe for some of you guys, like, you will receive like some hope, or like a little bit of like, you know, like motivation or good news regarding a mother, because the Chariot rules Cancer, is ruled by Cancer, and then Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. So maybe some of you guys will be getting some good news in regards to like a home situation, a mom, or something like that. Or with the Knight of Swords, Strength, and the Star, like you guys will be having like a very healing conversation with a maternal figure, or somebody that is very motherly to you. Or maybe some of you guys are taking on a motherly figure. Maybe some of you guys with the King of Coins, like maybe some of you literally have kids, or maybe some of you, you know, like are wanting to have kids, or like you have a child and you're like, girl, I need to take care of this kid, like let me go like back to work, or let me hustle, you know, so I can, you know, like provide for my kid and whatnot. And it's just kind of like, it's all the same energy, you know, like obviously like not all of you are gonna have kids, so like if that's not the case, I just feel like it's a sense of like you are nurturing something in your life. There's a project, or there's something that represents newness and represents innocence, represents potential to you, and you're trying your absolute best this month to save up the resources and look for inspiration and embark on new adventures and new ideas in order to nurture this thing in your life, you know, and take care of it and to watch it grow and to propel yourself into a direction, especially with that Chariot card, a direction that you find inspiration in, a direction that brings you hope and brings you excitement in this life, the Star, you know? And all throughout it, you'll just be maintaining yourself and making it a point to step up to the occasion and to really push through it, regardless of all, you know, like situations and circumstances and what's the word? It's like trials and tribulations. There we go. With the Strength card, you know? And it's just like whatever that new beginning may be, or whatever that may represent for you guys. Let me get started on the Oracle decks here. The card for pile 3. Oh wow, this card just flew out. We have Lilith. Taboo, darkness, untamed, intensity, independence, erotic, sexual liberation, temptation, secret desires, fetishes, shadow side, empowerment, destruction. So maybe some of y'all will be getting down this month. I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and be like, oh, you know, like this card, like it says that, but like it is, you know, like let's be real here. Like I feel like maybe for some of y'all, like y'all are about to be getting down this month. With this Chariot energy here, do take care to, you know, like wear protection if you're not intending to have the little ones. Anyways, I feel like the Lilith card, essentially, like maybe some of you guys have like one of the corresponding signs in Lilith. So maybe you have like an Aquarius, Leo, or Cancer Lilith, which when that energy is put there, I feel like there's a lot of themes of self-imagery, family, and your roots. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, maybe you're healing kind of like something related to your family, or you're kind of coming to terms with something, or you're kind of like seeing this star in this area of your life. So maybe some of you guys have been feeling really engrossed and very much in the dark in regards to very like Aquarian, Leo, or Cancerian themes in your life. And you know, as I've been saying, like you don't have to have any of these signs in your chart, but it's more so of that energy, you know, like whenever I think of Leo, I think of being proud, I think of being happy, and I think of romance, creativity. Whenever I think of Cancer, I think of home, I think of family, I think of the past. Whenever I think of Aquarius, I think of, you know, like groups of people, humanitarian, you know, like ideas, you know, like concepts. And all of these, all of these things together just comes up with this energy of, I feel like some of you guys are in the midst of kind of like implementing things into your life, or you're kind of like figuring out these parts of yourself, you know, like how you present yourself, how you express yourself, how you have fun, and, you know, like how you come up with ideas, and who you know, agree with, and what you agree with, and how you intellectualize things, especially when it comes to matters of the home, matters of the family, you know? And I feel like with this Lilith energy, you're kind of like embracing these parts of yourself and kind of like learning to kind of be comfortable with these parts of yourself, you know, because Lilith can be a very uncomfortable energy, or like some people call like the dark feminine card. And I feel like you guys are going to be kind of like stepping into that energy of like embracing these parts of yourself that maybe for a really long time you've hid, or for some of you, like you've just been ashamed of, or kind of like kept in the dark, you know. I could see this as like, you know, just like being kept in the dark about these areas of your life. And I feel like these will be coming up in the month, and they will bring you a lot of inspiration and a lot of hope, because it's the sense of like, okay, like I know what I need to heal, and I know what I need to move on from. Because of the Strength card, I feel like combined with the Chariot card, like you guys are very like, you guys are very dedicated to yourselves, and you're trying to see your life out right now. And I feel like you guys are working really hard right now. Y'all are hustling, y'all are working at it, and you're trying to see something work out in your life. And I feel like with the Lilith card, maybe it's brought out a lot of shadow aspects between you, family, and just like how you identify with yourself and what you like perceive yourself as. And I feel like through this being exposed, you're kind of like in this mood of like, okay, like I know this is coming up, but I don't care. Like I will do whatever I can to move forward. So just know that Pisces season is going to be a really like month of like dramatic progress, and kind of like seeing you like move forward and kind of push through something. I'm literally thinking of a car pushing through like a flood, you know, like where I live, it was flooding for a little bit because of like the rainstorms in California. But like I was driving my car through a literal swimming pool, you know, that looked like chocolate milk because of the mud, you know. And it's like trudging forward and going slow, but at the end of it I get out of it, you know. It's kind of that vibe. Like I feel like you guys are trudging towards like trudging through something in March, but you'll be doing so with such like passion and such like love for yourself. Like I feel like you're doing something in your life in the name of yourself. Like I feel like you guys are like, I've been prevented from doing this my whole life because of my family and people around me. I'm not backing down. This is what I want for myself. This is what I'm doing with my life. I'm moving on, you know? Anyways, let me pull another oracle card. Card for pile 3's March/Pisces season. Oh wow. Card just flew out. For you, I got the portal. A new door is opening. Beginnings, opportunities, adventure. I'm sorry, y'all. That just made me really excited. I really do feel like March. I want to say this doesn't give me the vibes that you guys are kind of like in the midst of. I feel like new beginnings are coming towards you in March, but it's beginnings that you've been like working towards for a really long time now, or it's like a new beginning that has already begun for you guys. Maybe some of you guys, you know, like you are starting something new, but I see this as like y'all get a green light on something and you're like, okay, let's go, you know. Like I feel like without a second thought you're going to embark on something, especially with that Knight of Swords energy, you know what I'm saying? It makes me think of like someone gets an opportunity and they literally do not think twice about it. They're like, okay, we're doing it, you know. It makes me think of like someone's like, hey, do you want to fly to San Francisco, or do you want to go to Paris with me this summer? And someone's like, yeah, I want to go, like let's go, you know. And you're like, are you sure? Like it's this much money, you have to pack this much, it's like 2 weeks. They're like, I don't care, let's go, you know. It gives me Sagittarius energy. But you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you guys are really, ooh, I have to mention this, the full moon here in this card is so important. I'll get into that in a second. But like I just feel like this month will be kind of like this vibe of like a new opportunity comes towards you, or kind of like this new chance, or like you start something new in this month and you're like, all right, let's go, let's do it. But I want to say the full moon in this card really reminds me of the full moon that's coming in March, which is going to be in Libra, which is the kickstart for eclipse season. And just know, like, it is a very like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like it is very all over the place. The energy is very like heightened, it's very, you know, like unpredictable and very karmic. So I just want to say, because of that, like I feel like there's a lot of karmic beginnings that are happening for you in this month that will kind of like show you what you have been hanging on to. And it will be this sense of like, do you wish to hang on to what you've been holding on to that you haven't realized that you've been holding on to for such a long time now? Or would you rather start something new, you know? And it's like, it's kind of like a duh thing, you know. It's kind of like, obviously I want the new thing, like I don't want to hold on to that, but I feel like when it's like literally presented to you, or you're, you know, at that crossroads, it's this vibe of like, do I stick with what's familiar, or do I go forward in the unknown, you know? And I feel like that's kind of the energy that's coming through for this month for you guys, is that like you will be like, a portal will be opening for you, or like a new door, and it's like if you want to go through it, you absolutely can. Know that it will cost you what is comfortable and what is familiar and what has been around for a while. And I feel like on paper it comes off as like I don't even like what this familiar. Like, let's go, you know, like obviously, you know. But it really is like it's a lot, you know, and with the Lilith energy. But I feel like I don't want it to sound like I'm like warning you or I'm kind of like telling you, you know, like I feel like you guys are very bold and you guys are very fearless, but I am like telling you like this is going to be a lot, and I feel like what you are signing up for is like, you know exactly what you're signing up for with this strength card here, and I think that you guys are very much like, yeah, like I'm doing this, I don't care, like I'm moving forward. But just know that like that's what's going to be going on this month, you know, is like, all right, like this is what I need to do in order to get to where I want to be and be who I want to be, and it will be very exciting for you guys. And I almost wonder if for some of you, you guys are healing some like wounds in regards to your sexuality, or maybe even like your sacral chakra. So that's a note for some of you guys. I also feel like maybe some of you guys are literally taking the initiative to heal your body in some way, or to kind of like alter your body in some way. What's going on? A card for Pile 3 in Pisces. I just dropped literally half the deck. Hold on, let me pick these cards up. Good thing I'm already on the floor. Card for ooh, we got meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces, which is so cool because we literally have a new moon coming up in this month. So girl, take care with that new moon. Know that that is a new moon to manifest. Know that that new moon is going to be a huge moment and like a pivotal moment for you guys to set some important intentions in regards to what you're trying to heal, what you're trying to address, and what you're trying to move forward in. Oh my gosh, you guys, that is the most interesting synchronicity I have seen in this entire video. Don't tell the other piles I said that, but oh my gosh, pile 3, just know like the new moon this coming month is so important for you guys. And I also just want to say, like, just generally speaking, you know, like, take time to really think and to really meditate, you know, like, it's better to I feel like it would be better to kind of, like, sit still a little bit to make the correct decision than to impulsively make decisions. I feel like maybe some of you guys will get stuck in waiting periods a little bit this month, or you guys will be stuck in situations where you're kind of, like, waiting to make a decision or something, and it might stress you out. But know that the extra stress to make the correct decision will be absolutely worth it, because this month it will be all about direction, not speed, especially with the whole eclipse season starting. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Anyways, let me pull you an angel number and then we're going to wrap this up. An angel number 4. Oh wow. I didn't even finish speaking. How rude. We got, oh my gosh, pile 1 got this card too. 555. A major shift is about to come into your life and experience and change your fate's direction. Be open and stay positive. I am optimistic. So yeah, that part. Just know that like a good attitude, I feel like you guys are already embracing a good attitude. Like I feel like y'all really going into this month like, yeah, like let's do this, let's go, you know. And just know that like this month is going to really shake up your world and really change things around in ways that you literally couldn't have ever imagined. But it's like a gift, you know. I really see it as like, okay, you want it different, like you will receive different because you are doing different, like point blank period, like cause and effect. I just want to sum up your reading of pile 3 by saying that March, especially that new moon in Pisces, is gonna be tea for you guys. It is going to be, the tea is gonna be so hot. Like you need to blow on it first before you sip it, pile 3, before you spill it. Okay, if you spill it and it gets on any ounce of your, like any part of your skin, you will receive 3rd-degree burns. So take care this month and know that you have a lot of power and your energy is so potent, and how you choose to embrace it and how you choose to use it will not only like shift things around you, but shift like yourself, you know, especially with that Lilith energy. You guys are gonna be really magnetic too. Like don't be surprised if you have people looking at you up and down this month, or like if you have people like, you know, like side-eyeing you and like checking you out and stuff like that. Like you're looking good this month, first of all. Second of all, this month is going to be a lot of forward momentum and bring you a lot of like a lot of healing, you know. I keep saying healing, but take it as like you finally addressing and you finally being able to see blind spots that seemingly were kind of like kept from you because of themes revolving around your family, your environment, and what you thought you identified as. This month is going to be like a real, like, it's going to be a showstopper for you guys. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be really exciting, and it's going to be a month of hard work that you're willing to put in. So yeah, that's all I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the reading resonated, and if it did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading from me, I do offer those in my Etsy shop, which will be linked down below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Again, I love you. Bye. Hello, Pile 4. If you chose Yamask, this is going to be your reading for your Pisces season / March predictions. So today we're going to get straight into the tarot, and then I have 4 oracle decks I want to dip into. But while I'm shuffling the cards, a little bit about Yamask. Yamask is a pure ghost type Pokemon, the pre-evolved form of Kafagrigus, and it was introduced in Gen 5. Gen 5 is literally my favorite generation, so like any Gen 5 Pokemon. In fact, I've been thinking about it. I'm like, I kind of just want to go to the store and buy some Pokemon. Like, I really want like more Gen 5 cards because I love that generation so much. Anyways. Let's spill the tea. Going on in Pisces season / March for Pile 4. What will Pile 4 be experiencing and going through the Pisces season / March? I want to say, not want to say, but a card flew out, so here it is. We have 5 of Cups. We have 7 of Coins. 2 of Swords. Temperance, Page of Cups, we have the Hanged One, and on the bottom of the deck we have King of Swords. So I want to say with the 5 of Cups, 7 of Coins, and Temperance, it makes me feel like you guys are making progress in like this healing journey, or you are kind of like recovering from this emotional disappointment. By the way, if you hear any background noise, it's like really windy outside, and like my neighbors are like being neighbors and they're just like being loud, so there's that. Anyways, I feel like with the 5 of Cups, I really want to talk about the 5 of Cups because it's seemingly the only like blatantly negative card here. So as we all know, 5 of Cups is about disappointment, it's about emotional regret, it's about sadness, it's very much about grief, you know. And I really do feel like this is your current energy, or like this is an energy that you've been kind of like roping with. What's the word? There's like a word that I want to use that you've been dealing with. Like that's what we'll say for now. I really want to know what that word was. It's like when you're like roping with it, like when you're like dealing with it and you're like wrestling with it. We can use that word. Anyways, I definitely think that this is something that you've been kind of dealing with, and maybe for some of you guys, it could be related to like a romantic matter with the Page of Cups and the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck here. That's just because the Page of Cups to me is like a very romantic card, but it absolutely doesn't have to be the case. I just feel like it's something about your emotions and your inner child and kind of connecting with yourself more. And I feel like with the 7 of Coins, March and Pisces season will be kind of like a culmination point, or kind of like a process where you can heal from something and really move on. I can see that like you've been a little bit indecisive about something, or you have been kind of like unsure about something with the 2 of Swords. I feel like there's a road that you're wanting to go down, but it's kind of like, ooh, should I, you know? I feel like you guys are at a huge crossroads, which is so 2 of Swords. We also have Sagittarius energy here and some Pisces energy with the Hanged One and Temperance. You could have like a Sagittarius Jupiter or Pisces Jupiter, or you could just have like Jupiter aspects. If not, like I just feel like maybe some of you guys are literal Sagittarius, like you guys have like major Sagittarius or Pisces placements. And I feel like March is going to be like a really important month in some aspect of your life. I feel like it's like a benchmark or something. And I can tell that you're bringing a lot of balance into your life this month, and you're finding the beauty in simplicity and kind of just like moving on from something slowly with the Hanged One and Seven of Coins. And maybe for some of you guys with the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck here, something about communication could be important, or saying something could be very important. Maybe there's like, I feel like King of Swords is like an energy that you are embodying, and the energy of other people around you, or like a specific person. I just feel like you guys are dealing with a heartbreak from another person, or like somebody like hurt you, or like I could see this as like a breakup, you know, and kind of like dealing with the circumstances, and kind of like dealing with the breakup, you know. And if it's not that, you know, like I know I keep leaning towards that direction, but that's just what I feel. If it's not that, I just see it as like there's something in your life that you have been grieving, or there's something in your life that has caused you a lot of sadness, and you are in the midst of making progress in that area of your life in terms of healing, finding balance, and regulating yourself again, you know. It makes me think of like, you know, when like, at least for me, when I go through like very difficult things, like my physical health really suffers, and you know, like after like I kind of get over it, it's this sense of like, okay, like now time to tend to my physical body. And I feel like this is something that you're going through in this upcoming month, this season, is that you are kind of like gaining traction again emotionally, and you are, you know, finding some solid ground to get your feet on this month. And you will see a lot of progress, and you will see a lot of excitement and financial payoffs. Maybe with the seven of coins, like a work related matter could also be significant. I feel like you guys are just kind of like, you guys are watching things grow, if I'm gonna be honest here. I feel like March is going to be a very like anticlimactic month, where you're kind of anticipating something big to happen, or where you're kind of wanting more to happen, but you know that it's just going to be a month of just kind of like, you know, cruising by and kind of like letting the month pass you by. And that's not really a bad thing. I feel like some of you guys just really want some calm energy to begin with. I feel like you guys want some solace, and you guys want some peace, and I can tell that March is going to bring that to you. But I feel like there's going to be a decision to make in March, or there's going to be something that you're wanting to kind of move along with. And with the Page of Cups, maybe some of you are receiving like a message, or you guys are receiving like a surprise of sorts that will kind of like make you wonder what it is that you're going to do. You know, it makes me think of like, you get like a job offer, or like someone says something to you, or somebody asks you out, you know, and you're like, ooh, do I like really want to do this? You know, like, do I want to do this? Like, is this what I want to do? You know, like things like that, you know, like I just feel like you're going to be on the fence about something in this month. But know that pile 4, you shouldn't really, I'm not saying that you are, but it's really important that you don't rush yourself this month. And it's really important that you take things as slow as possible, because I can tell that like this month gives me like what physical therapy is supposed to be, you know, like it's like after you go through like something, and like you're in a cast and whatnot, and like you're learning to walk again, you never rush the process, you know. It takes time, and with the right amount of determination and with the right visions, you can get through it in a timely manner. And sometimes, shave off a little bit of extra, you know, time. But I feel like it's just important that you go easy on yourself, because you could hurt yourself even more trying to go faster, or trying to expedite a process that is meant to unfold in its own timeline, you know. What's going on? A card for pile 4 is March. Card for pile 4 is Pisces season. Oh. We got 11th house with community, society, organizations, friends, social circle, giving back, hopes and wishes, group activities, memberships, networking, social consciousness. I also want to say that 11th house is the house of gains, so I feel like maybe some of you guys will gain something through a friend, or you guys will receive an opportunity through a friend. I remember I heard like this saying, like the more hands you shake, the more money you make. So I feel like for some of you guys that is coming through. And we do have Aquarius energy here with the 11th house. So maybe you have a Sagittarius 11th house or an Aquarius 11th house. So Sagittarius in the 11th house would be... Wow, that'd be Aquarius rising, wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd be Aquarius rising. Lots of Aquarius energy. Maybe some of you guys have like a major Aquarius placement too. Maybe you have an Aquarius Jupiter, or maybe you have like an Aquarius Sun, Moon, or Rising. Anyways, I digress. It's just that energy, you know, like I get a lot of humanitarian energy from this pile, and I can tell like, you know, Aquarius is a fixed sign, so Aquarius tends to hang on to things, or like just like any other fixed sign, it has difficulty letting go. And I feel like this is something grappling. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's the word that I was trying to figure out earlier, and that grappling. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I feel like you guys are going to be grappling with something, or you guys have been grappling with something that, you know, like you've hung on to. Maybe there's like a heartbreak or like an emotional pain that you experienced a really long time ago. And I feel like this month is going to be the month where you finally decide to make a decision in that area of your life, whether or not to move forward, to do something about it. You know, like I feel like you guys are just really going to take the initiative to do something about it. I also want to say, with the 11th house combined with the 7 of coins, temperance, page of cups, maybe some of you guys are like receiving like a message from a friend, or you guys are going to be making new friends, or you guys are going to be beginning a project or continuing on a project with a friend. And maybe this friend could be like a king of swords, like someone who is very discerning. They could be an air sign, somebody who's very communicative, very chatty, and very talkative by nature, and someone who has really great ideas. And maybe for some of you guys, like this person will present you some good ideas, and this will be kind of like, ooh, like, you know, they said like I could go to this vacation with them, but like I low-key already had a plan. Or like, oh, like they offered me this job, but like I low-key already have a job, and I'm kind of like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, those are just like one of many examples, but I feel like it's a sense of like you are being offered something even though you already have something at play. So I feel like March will be kind of like this month of kind of like discerning between different opportunities, and kind of like, you know, kind of being like, oh, like, do I want to do this, or do I want to do that? And I feel like it'll be a month where you really need to take an observation on what it is that you truly want, especially like in the material world, you know, in regards to like your finances, your work, your career, with that 7 of coins. So it's like, take gauge of what it is that you are looking for and what would make you feel, you know, fulfilled and happy. And don't take it as like you have to kind of like look at something like that. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, don't look at the opportunities and operate from a place of, all right, I don't like this job, but it pays more than this job, but I like the other job, you know. It's like, you need to find the middle ground in things, and you need to really organize these things and kind of like take it upon yourself and be honest and be like, okay, like which will make me the happiest, which will bring me the most fulfillment. I wouldn't be surprised if for a lot of you guys, you went through a lot of like crazy transformations in the month of February, or like just this past month, because February we had like a huge Aquarius stellium and like all of these planets, and they were conjuncting Pluto and whatnot. So I wouldn't be surprised if you've had a lot of revelations and a lot of changes and a lot of new ideas and shifts in your demeanor and your energy that you're kind of wanting to balance out and to kind of like integrate in your life in the month of March, you know. Especially like, take a look at which house the Aquarius hits for you guys. So if you're like a 3rd house Aquarius, a lot of transformation in regards to, you know, like your communication, your siblings, the way you think, and your ideas and whatnot. In the 11th house, it could be, you know, like all of these keywords, you know, like in regards to how you fit into your like community, your society, you know, like maybe something about your friends, you know. I feel like that Pluto energy and all these conjunctions and whatnot that happened in February are kind of like addressing that, you know, like they have brought a lot of changes and shakeups in your life depending on where it has hit your like chart. Aside from that, just generally speaking, I feel like you guys have experienced a lot of random changes and a lot of shifts in like your world that you've been trying to balance and you've been grappling with. And I feel like this month is going to be the month of kind of like, okay, like there's some important decisions I need to make. How do I want to move forward? How do I want to move on? You know, is this what I want? Is this what I, you know, what I believe in? You know, is this what I think could be the best? And what most importantly resonates with you guys. I feel like something about your identity is really coming through here, because Aquarius to me, like it's a huge sign that can be like very concerned with its identity and how it fits into this world. So I feel like something about that is coming through. Maybe some of you guys are kind of like considering meeting new people or considering new communities. Maybe some of you guys are even wanting to move because you want to feel more connected with people, or you want to feel like what you're trying to do and who you are is more like, you just want to find people like you, is what I'm trying to say. A card for pile 4. Card for pile 4. Oh. Okay. For you guys, we have home. Come back home to yourself. Belonging, celebration, stability. Oh my god, girl. Literally, what did I just say? I really do feel like you are coming back home to yourself. I feel like you are becoming more in tune with yourself in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like it deals with the way you balance your lifestyle and the way that you balance yourself and your community. How you interact with your community, how you talk to people in your community. And I feel like you guys are finding a lot of balance within that and your schedule. Maybe for some of you guys, you've been really struggling with your schedule, or you guys have been feeling super busy, maybe like running around and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, I have so much to do. Like, I don't know, like I have to go to this at like 5 p.m. and then I have to go to this at like 5:30 p.m. but this doesn't end till 5:30 p.m. so now I'm just kind of like dealing with that, and I get a lot of like restless energy from this pile, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, I just feel this like urgency and like impatience and this exhaustion and this like desire to get away from something and to heal and to finally feel ready to move on to something. And I just want to say March is going to be the month that's kind of like, it starts the engine up, but it doesn't necessarily start moving just yet. I feel like, it makes me think of like, you've been stranded and like you can finally get the car to start, but now you just need to let it heat up and stuff like that, It's a sense of like, this sound, this, like signal, this sign has promised you forward movement, it has promised you momentum, and it has promised you to like get you out of where you are now, but it will take some time and it will require you to wait a little bit extra longer. But know that with time you will receive the forward movement that you're looking for, especially because March is the beginning of eclipse season again, and the full moon, or the eclipses, are in Aries and Libra, and so the full moon that kicks it off will be in Libra. That starts eclipse season, and it will be in the second half of March. And I just feel like from there on out, there will be a lot of faded encounters in regards to your relationships, your home life, and like your career and how you communicate and how you carry yourself. And maybe for some of you guys, like, there could be also a change in your ideas or the way that you think about things. And I feel like as your beliefs, your standards, and your ideals change, so will the people around you. And I feel like some of you guys with the 5 of Cups here, maybe some of you are literally realizing that the people that you work with, or the job that you work, or something that you are doing doesn't resonate with you. Maybe you're kind of like realizing like, dude, like, this used to be my dream job, but the people here are so bad. Like, I don't think that this is for me, Or like, you are friends with somebody and you're like, wow, like, this person's so great and I love them and they're just so amazing. But then as you spend more time with them, you're like, wow, like, this person is so like not a vibe, and like I got swindled out of a good friend, like, this person is not what they claim to be, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's something that's going to be like going on this month, but I feel like it's going to be something that's like, you've already been suspecting it, and maybe for some of you are in denial about, but I feel like it's going to be scrutinized this month, and it's going to force you to make a decision, or it's going to force you to, at least open your eyes and kind of realizing what it is that you are dealing with, and what is no longer working for you, and what it is that no longer satisfies you. Anyways, let me pull you a Moonology card. Card for pile 4 in regards to March. Card for pile 4. Ooh. We have a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Maybe some of you guys are making new friends, or maybe some of you guys are meeting someone. Maybe y'all like try to like get booed up or something. Maybe some of you guys are a Libra moon, or you could have like your Venus in one of the other signs. So like maybe your Venus is in Libra, or it's in Aquarius, or it's in Sagittarius. Maybe you could have a Sagittarius Aquarius moon, or a Libra moon, like I've been saying, or maybe an Aquarius Sagittarius or Libra Jupiter. Anyways, or Uranus. Aside from that, I just feel like this month will definitely be the month of kind of like bringing some beauty back into your life, some romance. Like I said, I feel like y'all are also if you've been dealing with a pardon me, grappling with a legal matter. I feel like that will be resolved this month. And maybe some of you guys are shaking a hand or kind of like signing a document to a home. Maybe you guys are literally moving this month, or you are like moving into a new place, or you're moving in with somebody, or somebody's moving in with you. Either way, I feel like something is going to be organized this month that brings you a lot of beauty, some romance, and some excitement. Some of you guys can meet somebody this month or receive a message from somebody this month. I'm just going to sum up your reading, pile 4, by saying that I definitely do think that March is going to be like a huge progressive month for you guys that will kind of like present you an idea or a possibility that promises you the change that you've been looking for and brings you a lot of that forward momentum. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to pull you an angel number. Let me pull that for you and we'll read that and then wrap it up. I'm so like in a rush. I don't know why. Like I feel like you guys are in a rush over something. What is going on? Pile 4 is March. Card in regard to pile 4 is March. Oh. We have number 26. You have a desire to succeed and will feel most accomplished when your work benefits others. Your intuitive awareness of what people want allows you to come up with innovative solutions to meet their needs. I am tactful. Yeah, I really do feel like you're going to be feeling a sense of purpose this month. And I feel like through a series of disappointments that have already occurred, and maybe some regrets too, I feel like this month you're going to have like a pivotal moment or like an epiphany that's kind of making you realize like, hey, like, this is not what I want. This is not what I resonate with. This is not what I want to do. This is not who I want to be associated with. This is not what I want to be working, you know? And I feel like you guys are kind of going to start organizing a plan or to kind of come up with something to not only feel more comfortable with yourself and your own body and your own just self in general, like, you know, coming home to yourself. You guys are going to be kind of like organizing a way to get out of something and to move forward and begin new journeys. March is going to be the month of setting intentions for sure, and also seeing some really interesting changes in regards to areas of your life that maybe you faced a lot of disappointment. Anyways, so yeah, that's all I have for you, pile 4. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the reading resonated, and if it did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading from me, I do offer those in my Etsy shop, which will be linked down below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Again, I love you. Bye.